Here we go, GM Rhine. Ooh, I hope he's not a GM. Okay, time to play the Alekhine's defense. He kicks my knight around. And I'll go after the center in the usual way. Okay, I'll try this line again. Slightly more popular to take with the e-pawn, but this creates a little more asymmetry. Maybe I can get in the move e5 on a good day. And white needs a plan here. What's the plan, white? Just developing, right? White should have an edge in development and an edge in space in this position, so I'm going to have to go for some kind of counterattack. Maybe with bishop to g7 here. He goes for the fianchetto. Okay, he didn't play knight f3, so that means I could put my knight here. If he pushes, I have this square on e5. But if I put my knight here, he plays knight f3, then I play something like g6 to support the knight. He can push before I'm ready to put the knight on the e5 square. So I'm going to start with g6 to follow up with knight to c6. Okay. Defending the pawn in advance. Now it's safe to bring the knight out. If he plays knight f3, I'll go bishop g7. And decide what to do with my light squared bishop later. I've kept this diagonal open for it so far. And maybe after all of that, maybe then I can get in this, well, I probably want a castle first, but maybe I can get in e5. Okay, where could the knight go? Here, here, or here. I think it's not fatal for it to go to any of those squares. Maybe he's wondering if he should really play bishop g2 here. It does leave the c-pawn undefended. Okay, let's get castled. So if I go e5, he goes d5. I can bring the knight down here. Oh, so he defends. And I could go to, so e5, d5, knight to d7, looking at f5. And also opening up this diagonal maybe lets me get some pressure on the knight. I mean, the other way to play these positions is to go with d5 here. Just try and block the d-pawn from coming forward. If he takes, I take, and he gets a isolated queen's pawn. If he pushes, I have to move the knight. Yeah, I think actually d5 looks kind of attractive in this position. Let's check it out. We will try this. If he pushes forward and I have to move my knight, then I'll go to d7 here. Then I lose that pawn. I was thinking it was okay because it wasn't under fire, but it still is under fire from this knight here. Yeah, this knight can just take that pawn. So, and the knight, my knight has no other squares, right? Here, here, here. Here, here, here. Makes it easy. I'll try and get counter pressure on the D pawn. Yeah, there he goes. So knight to f6. He takes, I take, and I'll have 3 pieces on the D pawn, and he'll have 2 defenders, but he can actually push it forward. So maybe kick the knight first. Okay, the knight can't come forward, right? These squares are covered here, 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 and here. There, that is covered, so yeah. It was either f4 or back here. So sadly, when I unblock my queen to get some pressure on this pawn, I block the bishop, so I can't get all my forces on that piece just yet. I can do this, maybe. Bring the knight here, and then put it on put it on d5. So his extra pawn is this backwards d pawn, and maybe I can exploit that in some way. Maybe bishop d7 to c6. Get some pressure against the loose knight here. Or knight to knight takes bishop and knight to g4, hitting the e-pawn. Maybe that's an idea too. If I just go knight g4 first, then he takes this knight, so that doesn't really help. And queen a5 pinning this knight doesn't help because he can just push this pawn and block that pin. So okay, decide to keep his bishop. I think I'm going with this bishop to c6 plan. There we go. So I can push these pawns forward. Probably rook here first. Then maybe b6 to try and undermine. Oh, he wants to push on with b5 there, it looks like, so I want to stop that. Aha. Okay, I can take here, hitting his queen. Yeah, I guess when he takes my knight, he hits my queen too. Maybe he could have considered that. But anyway, just need to get rid of that pressure, I guess. And I do have a check. So I will use that, and maybe my knight can get into, maybe there's knight to e4 there. If he plays queen f3, I can play knight takes bishop, defending my queen. So he can't force a queen trade, which he might like to do. And otherwise, I'm just going to take this knight off. Maybe get my pawn back. No, probably not. Probably not. Let's see if there's a way I can arrange this. Also, knight g4 to f3 would be, knight g5 to f3 would be good, but I need to get rid of this knight first. But when I take, and he takes back with a pawn, it opens up the queen trade, which means that I won't be able to play what I'm trying to play. Yeah, so he dropped his bishop back out of the way. Probably a good choice. Let's pile up over here and then just see what his plan is. I can, as sort of a last-ditch measure, play f6 to chase that knight away, but not a move you want to play. Blocking in the bishop like that. Bishop h6 maybe, hitting his rook. Knight g4 to h3 threatens mate. Might be a neat little trick to play, especially as he gets low on time. Yeah, he's got you know, a pawn up, but his position is kind of static. The bishop seems blocked in by his own pawns. His major pieces are still in the back rank. His knight is forward, but it's in a position that can be traded off. Yeah, I like knight g5. So he put his knight back first. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I should have played it on the previous move. So now what? Try undermining these pawns again. If I push this pawn forward, the b pawn, and he takes, it doesn't really help me, does it? Let's see, I could triple on the triple on the d file and push e4 maybe. E5 rather. He could put his knight back where he had it. I think that hitting my rook. So he just moved his queen off of the moved his queen off of that file, putting pressure on my knight. I'm thinking that now maybe there's a possibility of pawn to b6 here. So, but first I have to deal with the knight. I think I will defend it there. Seems to be in a good outpost. So he goes there. So now if I go here and he takes, I'll take his rook. He might push though, but I take the other rook with check and take the pawn. So here he can't push. Aha. Okay, played the knight there at a moment when I don't especially want to take it. So I take, he takes back. And then I drop back with the queen. Maybe I go for this idea here with knight to knight to h3. Try and use all the ideas in the position. Knight h3 check, king f1, queen h1 mate. All right, well, that was a nice little finish. I will upload this game and check it out in the postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.